So, if you have followed me on Twitch or YouTube the past year or so, then you know that I am a Tryndamere one-trick top laner. I played a mid for a little bit last season, but pretty much a one-trick Tryndamere top mid player, and I love Tryndamere still, and I enjoy his playstyle, but for some reason this season has just felt really, really tough, super rough on my boy, and I think it's time for a switch. A big switch. So I am going to be learning mid lane, yes, like the title says. I'm going to be essentially resetting myself as a league player, probably back to a silver level if I had to guess, and I'm going to be going from the ground up, building on my fundamentals like my 5-minute guide say, building on all of my base fundamentals as a mid laner, and in this video I'm going to be explaining my plan on how to hit diamond and how I'm going to execute it. So I hope you enjoy, and if you do, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to watch me do this live, I stream on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook all at the same time, and all of those links will be in the description below for whichever platform you want to watch on. Thanks. Enjoy the video. The first change I'm going to be making this season will be building a champion pool. And if I have learned anything from being a one-trick, it's that being a one-trick kind of sucks. You get countered, you go into games where you don't fit the team comp, and sometimes just outright feel like the game is lost in champion select. Now, needless to say, I won't be playing a single champion in the mid lane, but rather having a small pool, so this pool will include Twisted Fate as my main. I put that in quotations because I don't really want to have a main, but he'll be my main because he'll probably be my blind pick champion because he fits into most team comps, and yeah, he has tough matchups for sure, but he isn't particularly countered by any champion. Then the next champion in my pool will be Malzahar for when my team needs damage because he does a lot of damage with these items, or I'm facing an assassin and I want to be able to keep them under tower and lock them down with my ultimate when I please. The third champion will be Tryndamere. Yes, Tryndamere, he's staying in the pool, but only for very particular niche small moments or small games where if our team has a lot of AP or I can take him into mid to counter the enemy laner, then I will do so. My last pick will be Vlad for when the enemy team comp is perfect for him to use, only for when it's perfect, all squishy targets, and I'll have the free lane phase and the game will basically be free. So you could say I have a 4-champion pool, but truly it's pretty much going to be Twisted Fate and Malzahar for the most part. Those are going to be my 2 main champions, and then Tryndamere and Vlad will be very niche picks for when the team comp makes sense and the scenario is perfect, and it pretty much just guarantees me a lane, I'll win lane essentially. Progress tracking will be my next pillar of improvement for this season, and what exactly do I mean by this? Well, it's really 2 things. Firstly, I'll be building on my fundamentals one by one. It's going to be grueling, but one by one till I feel like I do it on autopilot. Regardless of what the game is, if I'm losing, winning, whatever, that one thing I'm going to be hardcore focusing on until I feel like it's autopilot. And what these will be, what these fundamentals will be, firstly, learning the matchups of each champion to where I know them extremely well and I feel very comfortable in them. Next, farming. Obviously, this is easy. My main goal is going to be getting 8 CS per minute on my main champion, so I feel comfortable with farming and I know how to farm successfully. Thirdly will be positioning, which just means not dying for free, essentially not getting picked, making sure I'm using my abilities well, but I'm also not putting myself in too much danger. Next up, warding. Obviously, this is super important. I thought about putting it higher on my list, but I think I need to learn these other 3 fundamentals first. But warding, making sure that I'm keeping eyes on the jungler and I'm not, dying to ganks essentially. Next up, wave management, super important, especially as a Twisted Fate player, learning when to push waves, when to hold waves, how to hold waves, how to push waves in the mid lane. It's different than top lane. I'm pretty comfortable with the top lane, but I know it's different mid lane. After wave management will be jungle tracking, trying to find a jungler while he's clearing, or getting vision while he's clearing, or just having an idea of where the jungler is so I can make plays around him. And then lastly, roaming, just learning when to roam, learning how to roam properly, and making sure that I'm doing all these things correctly. It's going to take time, but I know it's all going to be worth it. The second part of this step will be writing down and reviewing my progress in my progress tracker here. As you can see, I have the date, the game, the champion, my role I was playing, hopefully it's going to be mid, my score, the outcome, win or lose, my LP gain or loss, did I play well, what my main focus of that game was, then a short summary of what I did well and a short summary of what I did not do well. Keeping track and logging all of your progress and how your games are going and what you're doing wrong repeatedly and what you're doing well repeatedly will really help you see your progress as you go along. I will also put a copyable link down in the description below if you want to do the same format that I have here. If we all had $1 for every time we heard someone say, "Watch your replays" or "do VOD reviews," I'm sure we would all be a lot richer. But this is the case because it holds so much truth. I plan to review almost all of my games that I lose when I play poorly or make a lot of mistakes, just to see what I'm doing wrong, how to avoid it next time, and to learn when my opponents make similar mistakes. I'll be doing VOD reviews in my free time, obviously, as well as some on stream if I feel like, you guys could gain from it, so make sure to check that out. Using educational resources is something that I've been overlooking for a long time, and I really need to start utilizing it this season to help me hit diamond. There are a few big YouTubers and streamers I plan on watching and learning from this season, and here they are. Coach Curtis for all mid lane fundamentals on guides on how to play mid lane properly and some control mages. Prophet and Malzahar, he's a smaller YouTuber that is a Malzahar one trick, so I plan on learning from him as well. Dopa is doing his military service, so he won't be streaming a lot, but I will be watching all of his old games and some VODs because he is definitely the best solo queue player probably ever, so I'm definitely going to try to learn from him what I can. And then lastly, just any extra videos from pro guides or skill caps, etc. that help me improve. And I'm going to be urging myself, and I urge you to not just watch educational videos on repeat. I've done that and think that you're getting better. Watch your video, learn from it, try to apply it, and don't just spam YouTube videos and expect to improve. Scheduling is another underutilized strategy that people very rarely use. Scheduling time to play and doing short sessions of full focus non-autopilot gaming are really the key to success. What I mean by scheduling, again, it's when I sit down and I'm trying to improve, I am 100% focused on victory. I'm going to break down my hardcore sessions into 3 game segments, then cool off and play on a separate account that I'm just practicing on. So I will have one account that is my main, where I'm going full 100% all the time, trying to win. And then the other one, I'm still trying, but I'm more focused on cooling down and just refreshing my mindset. I urge a lot of people to do this. I know not everybody has multiple accounts, but I have a lot of accounts. So I'm just going to have one, like I said, hardcore focus main account, then another one just to practice, maybe chill out on, maybe play with some subs and some followers, and maybe mess around on and just have fun with the game and not be trying to laser focus win. I have one more thing that I'm going to be focusing on this season, and I know this is a lot, but I think it's all ties into just making yourself a better player. But this is an important one, so I needed to mention it, but it's a mindset, and it's having a gladiator mindset like Dopa basically explained. It's going into each game like a gladiator. You have one goal, and that is to win at all costs. You're fully focused on winning and improving regardless of what is happening around you and what your team is doing. It's something that I focus on my team way too much, and I'm not really 100% focused on the game, and that's something I'm definitely going to be improving on this season. And I think everybody should adopt this mindset because it really is the key to playing better and improving yourself every single game as a player. Well, that wraps this video up. I'm going to be utilizing all of these strategies I mentioned in unison to help myself improve and reach my ranked goals this season. I just wanted to add, though, about the champion pool. I forgot to mention, this is kind of post-editing and back ev here. This champion pool is my baseline. It could change, it could adapt. If you really want to keep up to date and see what I'm playing, just watch my streams. I'll be posting videos about the champs that I'm playing, but it could change. But that's just kind of my idea right now of what I'm going to be playing. But regardless, if you don't follow my exact strategy after watching this video, I hope it at least helps you or gives you 1 or 2 ideas on how to improve for yourself. And like I said, if you want to watch me improve live, I will be streaming on all of the platforms that I stream on, which is YouTube here, Twitch, and Facebook. And just remember, if you got value out of this, please leave a like button. And if you want to see more, like it, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Talk to you guys later. Good luck. Peace.
I've been looking for something that haunts me all night. I've been staying up hours until the sun rises. Just so casual, always living the same life.